Yo, what's good with it, bro?
Turning, man.
Man, we got 2K in the building, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. My boy just came home, went straight to it, man. Let's just talk about, the last event. That was your first event.
Yeah. First event DJing for sure. Yeah.
How was that like?
It was great. It was great.
So, like, originally you was kind of more like a producer, or was it kind of just like your first thing?
Producer, beat making, you know what I'm saying? But DJ, that go right with the music, so picked the board up, just got to doing what I was doing, you know what I'm saying?
So basically you want to kind of like do everything?
Everything. Everything.
What's kind of more like your passion?
My passion is definitely making beats, whatnot. Being in the studio and like part of the creation of the music, but anything I got to do with music, I'm probably there too, you know what I'm saying? For sure.
So I feel like that's kind of the best way, kind of have your hands in everything, you know what I'm saying? So like right now, what's kind of like your goal within like the next few months?
Next few months, man, turn up. Get out there as much as I can, you know what I'm saying? Different stages, different platforms. Get out of Midwest, you know what I'm saying? Like really put on,
Man.
But yeah, definitely.
So when you talk about getting out of Midwest, like why do you feel like getting out of Midwest and, expanding is more beneficial than staying local?
Because there's talent out here. And the sooner someone gets out of the Midwest and put the Midwest on, that's when that talent's going to blow up out of here, you know what I'm saying? Because I got homies out here who doing their thing, but at the same time, I'm doing my thing too, you know what I'm saying? Let's all get out of here, put the map back on, come back to Sioux Falls and turn up, you feel me?
So, like, do you feel like this could happen, like, overnight, or do you think it takes time?
It takes time. It's already taking time, you know what I'm saying, to get to where I'm at right now.
Right.
So it definitely takes time.
And, like, do you feel like, do you need the right people with you, or you feel like it's kind of like, man, I'm going to get out first?
No, you definitely got to have the right people around you. Definitely. Because without the right people around you, you know what I'm saying, you got the wrong people around you, they just go pull you down. So definitely got to have the right people around you for sure.
So right now, do you feel like you have the right people around you?
We're working on it. Working on it.
What's that process like of like building a team? Like for someone that wants to like kind of create, what's the process like finding the right people you can trust, what's that like?
You just gotta see their character, man. You gotta feel them out. You gotta be around them, you know what I'm saying? You gotta really see what they're about.
So do you kind of feel like trust is the most important thing?
It's one of the biggest things, for sure.
So for you feel like trust or loyalty? Which one you pick in this process?
I mean, honestly, they kind of coincide with each other, trust and loyalty.
Yeah.
So.
Nah, for real, cause like when you build, you gotta have someone you can trust for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So let's kind of talk about, when you first started this. When did you first start?
Man, I probably about 5 years ago. 5 or 6 years ago was the first time I seen somebody make a beat right in front of me.
For real?
Man, I thought that shit was crazy. Because he just, the same sound over and over and over. I said, bro, what the hell are you doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm making a beat. I said, what? I go pull up on him, you know what I'm saying? I sit down. I just watch him make the beat, you know what I'm saying? He's like, you want to try it? I said, of course I want to try it, Try to get on, man. Fail. You know what I'm saying? I said, yo, come help, you know what I'm saying? He helped me out a little bit. I said, bet.
Yeah.
Fail. Man, I was trials and tribulations, man. It took me forever. And that day, I ain't not make a beat that day, for sure.
So now you feel like you were where you at, or you think you still practicing?
Man, I'm on the way to where I want to be, but for sure, I'm definitely not there yet.
Damn. So like, you said, you started 5 years ago, and right now, do you feel like you want to keep making beats, or you want to expand into different things? Because you just did DJ show at the Bully event. Shout out Benny Bands and Tony Tone and now. So like right now, what do you feel like is best on this journey?
I mean, still making beats, you know what I'm saying? That's always going to be a part of it, but at the same time, yeah, DJing. Literally anything I got to do with music, you know what I'm saying? Even if I got to take the back seat and just be a promoter in a role and just be a, you know what I'm saying, an investment partner, I'd rather do that too, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm trying to be there.
So like, what's your motivation then?
Motivation, man, is just being baptized in fire, bro. Being what, you know what I'm saying, being through what I've been through. Definitely don't want to be there again, you know what I'm saying? So that's my motivation.
Yeah, just to kind of talk briefly about what you've been through, like, to all the young kids out there that's kind of like in the troublemaking, but they got dreams and passion. What type of, inspiration, motivation you kind of like give them?
It's just like, man, it's like, just a brief overview, you know what I'm saying? Shit, motherfucker was 17, bro.
Right.
Motherfuckers took 3 years away from my life, you know what I'm saying? I come home, less than a month. Got my first semester of college done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just did DJ at the district, Bully event June 6th. Man, what else we done, man? I got 4 songs produced by me out on all platforms. But yeah, man, just trying to get shit done, bro. Definitely trying to get shit done.
Never give up.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, what's your favorite quote that kind of like inspire you?
Man, I don't really live by quotes, you know? So like,
right.
I couldn't even name you any quote off the top of my head. We gonna keep it real. But it's just like, man, I don't know.
Life is a quote, man.
For
real. So, you know, you kind of keeping going. You want to keep inspiring people. And like, where do you see yourself in like the next 10 years?
Next 10 years? I want to be overseas. I want to be back in South Sudan. Ask me. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you feel like that's so important, being back there?
That's the real home.
Right.
That's the real home. You know what I'm saying? So go back there and just give back. You know what I'm saying? From what I've done out here, definitely.
So you feel like in the future you want to start like a nonprofit and kind of give back?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
You kind of got like an idea of like what it can be?
Mm-hmm. I got an idea for sure.
Real? Why do you think that you got to wait 10 years? You feel like you can start sooner? Or what?
We will get to that, you know what I'm saying, as soon as it can, you know what I'm saying?
As soon as it can, no, for real. And if you want to like, you know, get some motivation, you know, to a younger self, younger you know, what would you tell them?
I tell my younger self to lock in. You know what I'm saying? Call that bullshit off, lock in, man. Because way too smart, way too blessed, you know what I'm saying, to be doing some of this shit I've done, you know what I'm saying? For sure.
And like, you know, just kind of piggyback onto like the, you know, networking of it. What's this process like of networking when you go out and, you know, linking up with people? What do you feel like you got to do to connect?
You just got to be able to communicate, man, both ways, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to listen and talk, you know, but for the collective, you know what I'm saying? So you can't be talking to a clothes maker about nothing. I mean, like, so it's so situational, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Because not even that I'm tapped in with artists, DJs, promoters. I'm also tapped in with doctors, business owners, you know what I'm saying, technology executives. So it's just like, it's very situational the way you got to talk to people, you know, but make sure it's appropriate for the conversation, definitely.
Where is like some of the best places you go to network?
You know, you got to tap in with the smartest person you know, and you got to go tap in with the smartest person they know. And I'm telling you, that shit just, that path just always leads to something and something and something for sure.
For real. Nah, because, you know, relationships build, you know, businesses, dollar bills, you know, whatever. So do you feel like, what's more important, relationships or money?
I mean, relationships for sure. Because you can have all the money in the world, no relationships, man, that, who you go share with? You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, money's important too, for sure. We're not going to, it's important too. Yeah.
So like, you know, for someone that want to start off, you know, how much you feel like they got to invest in like their equipment?
Their equipment, man.
Start making.
To make beats?
Yeah.
All you need is a computer, some good headphones. Real talk.
You don't really need all that.
Nah, you don't need all that extra shit right away off the bat. Nah, man. You don't even got to buy no software off RIP either, man. Look, you get all that shit for free. Real talk.
And you say you bring your equipment with you everywhere?
Damn near everywhere I go.
Damn. So you can make beats right now? You can make beats in the...
My computer... Look, I brought it inside.
Yeah, we're going to go to a segment where he making beats for us.
Yeah, so for sure.
Nah, for real. Like, so, you know, which platforms do you prefer? And what do you think is the best platform?
I mean, me personally, for making beats, I use FL Studio. Then for DJing, I use DJ Serato Pro. But I mean, I just seen FL first, you know what I'm saying? So when I first got introduced to FL, like, I didn't know you could make beats on other platforms, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when I found that out, it was just like, there's no point to go to that. Because I'm already on FL. I learned FL, I got their shortcuts down, you know, I know where this at, I know where that's at, so that's where I kept it at, you know what I'm saying?
So who's some of your biggest, like, inspirations in, like, the producing world?
Man, when it comes to making beats, Pierre Bourne.
Right.
Low-key, a lot of artists who make beats too, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't even know, like, Travis Scott make beats, Nav make beats, you know what I'm saying? So people like them too, you know what I'm saying?
And these artists right here, they actually, like, you know, rap on their own shit.
Right.
So, you know, you hinting at something. Do you feel like you ever gonna do that?
Maybe here sometime in the future for
For
sure.
real?
You know what I'm saying? But
Do you feel like you got that in you to do that?
definitely,
Mm.
definitely.
No, for real, because I feel like as like a producer, most artists they need you, but if you're the producer, bro, you don't really need them if you can make your own shit.
No, definitely.
For real. Do you feel like you could get into like the fashion world too? Because I feel like you a fly type of guy. You tall. You ever feel like you can model?
Definitely, I can feel like a model, man. Definitely, but we just, you know what I'm saying? Say that we gonna see what's up.
Nah, doors gonna open up, man.
Yeah, for sure. We gonna
Doors
see what's
gonna
up with
open up.
that.
Just keep your mind open, and you know, never put yourself in a box. You know what I'm saying? You want to
sure.
be open up to all opportunities. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas want to be too cool. Like, nah, we're not doing that. We want to do everything. So like, what's kind of some of your hobbies that you do besides like, you know, the music shit?
Nah, I still be going out hooping and whatnot.
Right.
Play basketball with my homies. Definitely still watch basketball. We missing the finals right now as we speak.
Oh shit, y'all forgot.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yo, we be working, we forgetting. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That shit crazy.
for real talk, yeah. Making beats is really a hobby for me too. It's a lifestyle.
Nah, for real.
So
So what was like your first love before, you know, beats? You say you talking about basketball.
basketball definitely
Damn.
was.
So like, a lot of people don't know he pretty tall. How tall are you?
6'8".
6'8", man. That shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you definitely the tallest producer I know.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But nah, on some real shit though, man. I feel like, you know, you can really take it far, man. And honestly, where do you think you want to expand to first? Which place you want to go to first? You know what I mean? You feel like that can really resonate with your sound.
We still haven't found that sound yet, so
For real?
until we found the, you know what I'm saying, on the beat making side, but until we find that artist and where he at or where she at, we don't know yet, man.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's two ways you can look at it. You can either try to find your own sound, or you can find an artist that has their own sound. Which one you think is the best?
I mean, just ain't no,
Or
you know what I'm
is it-
saying?
or it's both
Yeah, you know what I'm
hand in
saying?
hand?
Ain't no either or which way is the best, you know what I'm saying? It's just
I mean, is there
what
a
comes the
process
best
for
out of the
two?
situation. You
Is
said
there
what?
like a process for two? Or is
Yeah,
it the
there's
same
definitely a
thing?
process for two, you know?
What is that?
I mean, writing music, you know what I'm saying, versus making the beats, it's a different process, you know what I'm saying? Some people, you know, they gotta hear a beat to go write, you know what I'm saying? Some people write, then go match it to a beat, versus, you know, someone who makes beats, some people use loops to make their beats. So they pick the melody, you know what I'm saying? The melody's already made, they just put the drums on. Some people just make the melodies, and then other people, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it goes two different ways. We don't use loops around here. We make everything from scratch.
Everything.
Yeah, so.
Nah, for real. And also to avoid like copyrights and all that.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely for sure for that, you know. But it's just like I know what I got in my head. I know how to lay it down. So, but I mean that's the same too. Like same time, learning how to make beats. Try to stay away from the loops. Try to get your melodies down yourself, man. It's gonna save you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna
A lot of money.
pays
a lot
off.
of,
Pays
like,
off. Pays off.
A lot of that shit.
Mhm.
So like, who's like your dream artist, dream collab you want to work with?
Shit, Young Thug.
Damn.
For sure.
For real?
Yeah.
So how about someone that you think is tangible within like the next few months?
Next
You know
few
what I mean?
months.
Because you gotta like visualize your goals. You know what I mean?
Probably.
And think big too.
Baby Chief Do It.
Word.
Baby Chief Do It.
Yeah, that's a young nigga on the come up right there. So I'm kind of like, you know, switch lanes a little bit. Like, what does manifestation mean to you?
Man, you gotta have it in your head, man. If you don't got it in your head, manifestations, it's a lot, man. Cause it's powerful and it's real. You know what I'm saying? So unless you speak it into existence, write it into existence, whatnot.
Right.
Mhm.
So like, what's the best you know, way for you to kind of like clear your mind? If you say you like, you know, got a lot on your mind, what do you do to clear your mind? You go for walks or like meditate?
Meditate.
Listen to music. What you do?
Meditate. Either listen to music or meditate, but meditate, man. Just get in that quiet space, you know what I'm saying? Clear your mind, bro. And that's just, it's gonna be impossible, but it helps.
Nah, I'll talk about that because, you know, June, they say it's like mental health for men's, right? So I feel like, you know, what is kind of like some of the different tactics that you had to kind of like overcome with, you know, mental health for you as a young man?
You know what I'm saying? For the longest, you know, like I try to just stay away from everybody unless we was, you know what I'm saying, close like this, you know.
Word.
But like, you know, to get out of that bubble, man, I had to throw myself out there, you know what I'm saying, to be where I'm at right now. But at the same time, for other people who aren't comfortable with that, man, just step by step, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, write a little goal, you know what I'm saying? Do that, you know what I'm saying? Once you feel comfortable doing more, then do it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, slowly get out there, you know, gradually for yourself, you know, for sure.
So basically, like, never put yourself in a box, you know, step out your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Things of that nature. And, like, you know, what kind of, like, advice you could give to someone that is maybe going through, like, some mental health issues? What can you, like, advice can you give them to do? Try new things, either smoke or whatever, like, what do you think is, like...
Just talk to the person you love the most. If they're not available, you know what I'm saying, talk to someone you can trust, you know what I'm saying? But if not, man, they, you know, they got helplines, whatnot, you know what I'm saying, go reach out. Get the help that you need for sure.
Well, kind of come back to this, you know, this other shit, man. Like, how far are you trying to take this shit, man?
To the top.
Let's just be real with it.
Immediately.
Bullshit.
To the top. To the top.
You sure?
Internationally. Ain't no games played, man, internationally.
Cause no, don't you got like cousins too that be making like that's DJs too, right?
Yeah, man. I got my cousin DJ over in Australia, man.
Yeah. Can you kind of talk about them? What's the connection? Can we see something soon? Or
hopefully,
what?
man.
You just started.
Man, look, I know I just started, man. She going crazy. I'm talking about, yeah.
So that's kind of, cause I peeped her too. Like, I seen her before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your big brother, like a real close friend of mine.
Yeah.
He put me on them, and so like, you know, they doing their thing. Is that kind of like what you want to do, the festivals and all that, or you kind of want to just stick to like beats and all that?
Yeah, she's kind of into house music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Low key, I'm in the works of stepping into the EDM world right now.
You said what?
I'm in the works of stepping into the EDM world right now. You know, we gonna keep that on the wraps. You know, but for sure, like she's big on house music. I don't know if I can.
Australia out there, cause they out there, bro.
But then
UK, London.
She was just in New York not too long ago.
Word.
Going crazy. I'm talking about stadium.
Next time they come out here, let me know we could go.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Vlog, kick it with them, see what's up with it. Cause they really doing their thing, like really doing this shit for real.
Yeah, house music is big, you know. So.
Man, how important is it for you to kind of like live this dream and make it a reality?
It's important to myself, like deeply, because there's not many other options outside of it, you know? Not many other options.
So, like, how do you stay focused?
You just gotta tap back in with yourself, man. Once you see yourself losing focus, you gotta tap back in with yourself for sure.
Facts, man. Nah, because I like the fact that you say, like, you gotta stay focused, because, you know, you gotta have a ton of vision with this shit, man. A lot of people got goals, but they're not focused. When you locked in, anything's possible, man.
Sure.
So, like, you know, what kind of, you know, money advice you could give to, like, somebody younger? You know, we always like to talk, like, about that towards the end. Like, what kind of money motivation you give someone younger?
Man, it's just... Get it, you know what I'm saying? Find that hustle, bro. Find your little lane, man. Find your little hustle, you know? Whether that's getting a job, you know what I'm saying? That's whether you get AirPods for the logo, flip it on Facebook Marketplace, you know what I'm saying? Find your hustle, bro. Do your thing. Cutting grass, whatnot. Find your little lane, man. There's plenty of ways to make money out here. Plenty of them. You know what I'm saying? Especially the right way, too. Facts.
No, that's important. And, well, you know, what kind of advice you could give to the tough nigga?
Keep that shit at home, bro. Nobody wants to hear that shit, bro. That tough shit, nobody wants to hear that shit, man. Come on, man. For real.
No, for real. So y'all right there got motivation for tough niggas and young niggas that want to get money. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate you for pulling up, man. 2K, I know you got big goals, man. We right there with you,
wonderful, man. Yeah.
I mean, shout out my nigga Neuro, man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out by Neuro, you know what I'm saying?
Word, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, give me on Instagram. Say thank you, 2K. And go ahead, give me on Snap, BOYA365.
Yeah, you got anything coming up? Before we leave, you got anything coming up?
We got that wonderful festival, you know what I'm saying, coming up at the end of the month.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You got any music coming up?
Nah, not in the immediate future, man, but for sure. We always working.
For sure that.
Believe that we always working.
For sure that. Appreciate y'all, man.
I already know.